What's going on, y'all? Johnny J here with another video. So, if you guys didn't know, I'm huge into anime. I love anime shows. But, you know what? To be a real anime fan, you have had to have watched this movie right here, Akira. And, for years I've been saying I'm a real big anime fan. I love anime shows, but I never seen Akira, right? Crazy, right? So it was a couple of times I was going to see it. There was one time I was going to see it. I was going to watch the sub version of it, but I was just not in the mood to sit down there and just read all the subtitles. And then another time I found the dub, and I just fell asleep. And then after that I just didn't have time. But right now I have a little bit of time to watch Akira right now, and I'm going to watch the dub version. Not really in the mood to watch the sub version, but I do like the sub version of animes a lot better than the dub version of animes, because a lot of the times when they get the voice actors to do like the English translation of it, it doesn't come off right. For example, it's like Naruto, for example, right? It's this video on YouTube where they have Sasuke and his laughs, and they show it from just different translations, and I have to say the original is always the best. So it just came off as just much more menacing. So if you ever have a chance to just check that out, it's like a real short video. You can go and watch that. But going back to this, Akira, known as a classic, came out I think in the 80s, and then translations, they take a while. So like I said, this is the English dub of it. So I think this came out like early 2000s or like late 90s. But either way, animes from that era, like that 80s 90s era, beautiful, beautiful. Just the way that they were made, they were animated, it just has that nostalgic feel that just like takes me back to like when I was watching like in the early 2000s, watching like Dragon Ball Z on Toonami. But anyways, let's get into this right now. Akira, I heard this is a classic, so I'm expecting to be blown away. I don't know if I'm gonna split this up in parts because this is a pretty long film, but either way, I'm gonna edit it up. So, hey, however I decide to edit this, right? So, let's get it.
Ceramic double rotor two-wheel drive. Man, it even has computer controlled anti-lock brakes. It's the cops. Just when my coil's reaching the green line.
This entire area is closed. It's off limits. Get back behind the barrier.
Why is the kid blue?
There's a kid with him.
Ooh.
Nice catch! Huh?
I came to get you.
Hey, this dude pulled up like Frieza.
We're going home.
So, what's happening with you and Ken? You're kidding. Where did he try that?
Kaori.
Oh, is that you, Tetsuo? Are you alright?
Shut up! I can handle this!
What's going on?
Tetsuo! You! Hey!
Why'd they let him go in the first place then? They should have kept him the whole time to monitor him.
Tetsuo! Water. there! You can't leave your room without permission!
There's no use in hiding.
There's no other way! I know you. From the...
Takashi,
Hmm?
we must stand up to him.
What?
Kyoko says it's very dangerous for big people like you to use the power.
You could get into big trouble.
Hey, why don't you butt out? What are you doing here? Huh? Huh? Tetsuo, are you all right? We came to help.
To think that he could achieve so much power.
Find him. Find the escapee.
Come on, Kaneda, get up!
He knows about the Akira project?
Adults only.
What? Huh?
What's wrong?
Damn.
Somebody's killed the manager.
Kinda got carried away there.
Tetsuo, you mean you killed him?
Huh?
Special unit to headquarters. We're moving into the murder site in Zone 8. The situation on the ground rules out possibilities of explosives. Seems quite certain the test subject is on the premises. Roger, over and out.
Alright, y'all, I'm going to cut it off right there. This is just part 1 of part 2. The reason I'm cutting it off is because I'm running out of time. I have other things to do. But so far, it's actually interesting to see how many things have in pop culture have used Akira references. Like off rip, Tetsuo, when I hear that name I just instantly think of like Lupe Fiasco had this album. If you don't know, Lupe Fiasco is a rapper. He had this album some years back called Tetsuo and Youth, and I remember it was like related to some anime, but I just kept forgetting what anime it was. So now that I have like a reference, I'm like, oh, that's dope that he actually pulls from that. And I know he's real huge into like anime and just like Japanese culture in general. So that's real dope to see. Also, it was points, especially like when Tetsuo was, you know, in the hospital, or I guess you could say the hospital. It was points there that I saw that Kanye West had used in his Stronger video. So I thought that was real dope that he actually referenced a lot of parts from this film in that music video. That was like a real big song for him, like way back in the day. And then also, like, I feel like certain songs had sampled pieces throughout this video, throughout Akira so far. Like the part where he's laying down on the bed, where Tetsuo was laying down on the bed, and all those little dolls start coming, and then you start hearing that sound. And then also once he goes into, I guess, that quote-unquote zoo-ish area, where you see the big teddy bear walking by and that sound comes back. I feel like that was sampled before in the song, but I gotta look on that. But anyways, so far I think it's interesting to see how power could corrupt someone, because it seems like he had a completely different personality at the beginning of this, and then as he got stronger with his power, he got quote-unquote drunk with power, his personality changed. He became much more violent. He killed the manager of the bar at the end part where I just cut it off at. And then the way he's even talking to the people that I guess are his quote-unquote friends, he just seems very aggressive, and he really seems like he's out of it. So I'm real interested to see where this story is going to go, if he's ever going to meet up with Akira. Also, I really want to know more of why those people really want to use the Akira power, and why they experimented on Tetsuo, because it seems like he didn't have any power at the beginning, and then they just experimented on him because he was, I guess maybe because he was in contact with that old kid. I don't know his name with him. So maybe they figured that's why he was such a good test subject. I can't really figure out why they exactly experimented on him and they just couldn't get any old random person. It was also mentioned too that a thing about like not age but size, and you see all the three, the girl, the boy, and then the wannabe Frieza. I said, unless I edited that part out, but they're all very small, so I think that limits their power. As opposed to Tetsuo, he's much larger than them, much taller than them. So it seems like that is a contributing factor as to why his powers are expanding so quickly. So I really just want to see what's going to happen if he does get in contact with Akira. Also, I want to know why the girl she has a connection to the other girl, as far as her being telepathically linked to her. So maybe it's just because she was there, she was able to do it. But I don't know. It seems like there are a lot of layers to each of the characters and accordance to powers and why they have those powers. Another thing I did like about this so far is just the way that it looks overall. It does have that 80s vibe to it as far as like the clothing and the fashion, even just the way that people talk, just the overall style. But it is Neo. So, you know, usually when animes or just shows use that word Neo, it implies like, you know, futuristic, right? And you do have futuristic vibes in this, but then it's not too ridiculous to a point where it's like, all right, they were predicting 30 years from that point where you'll see like flying cars and things like that. And although you do see that, you still do see regular cars, you still see regular esque type motorcycles rolling around. So it's kind of still relatable to, you know, 30 years from the 80s. So it's like around this point, this time period, where it's like, all right, I can still see parts of that there. So it kind of blends this idea of like this quote unquote modern day, the past, which is like the 80s, and the future, which is you know, the whole futuristic flying cars and things like that. So in going more into that and relating that to other things that have been inspired by it, I don't know, I was getting like a Batman Beyond type of vibe from just even with the gangs, you know, like the gangs definitely did remind me of the Jokers if you've seen Batman Beyond. So that combined with the whole futuristic aspect of it, so I think that's very interesting. So maybe Batman Beyond did borrow certain themes from Akira. But yeah, I'm so curious. I really want to see where this goes. Unfortunately, like I said, I have to go right now. I have things to do, so I will cut it off right now. But definitely stay tuned for part 2 of this. And if you guys have any suggestions on what type of anime I should watch next, as far as like movies or even television shows, just throw that down below. You know, I like them short and just straight to the point. If we doing that anime series, just give me a series that has like one good season, and that's it. A nice amount of episodes, and we could just get through it. When it comes to these movies, this is a 2-hour film, so you know, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time, so I gotta kind of chop it up. But if you want me to, you know, do more of these, definitely just throw down the classics, and I will check that out. But anyways, this is Johnny J. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, follow me on my social media sites down below in the description box, and comment down below your favorite part of this movie, or just thoughts about this movie, or just thoughts about animes in general. This is Johnny J. I'm out.